Jesus warned that before we do anything, we should count the cost, whether that is to build something or even to wage war. These messages is based because there are several spirits who, either by their own volition or because they are sent to try to bend my will, have been coming against me. And the Lord is using everything they meant for harm for good, for his glory. And these next two messages in this series are connected because it has to do with the enemy. In Matthew 11:12, Jesus said, "From the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven has suffered violence, and the violent take it by force." The thing is, when the enemy is going to wage war against a child of God, the enemy has to discern if that child of God is one who's going to flee or fight, one who's going to ask for prayer, or one who's going to ask the Holy Spirit, how do you want me to handle this devil? Because either way, there's a price to pay. And these devils have been evil pursuers, very persistent in their actions. In 2 Samuel 2, Ishbosheth had become king over Israel. David was king over Hebron. And both of their captains, Joab over Hebron and Abner over Israel, their men came together and they competed, a death match. And the men of Joab prevailed. Abner, the captain over the Israelites, he ran away. And one of Joab's brother, Asahel, actually chased after Abner. When Abner looked back and saw him, he told him to stop pursuing him. So there was a warning before what happened next. And it says, "Then Abner looked behind him and said, 'Is it you, Asahel?' And he answered, 'Is it I?' 'It is I.' Abner said to him, 'Turn aside to your right hand or to your left and seize one of the young men and take his spoil.' But Asahel would not turn aside from following him. And Abner said again to Asahel, 'Turn aside from following me.' So the second warning. 'Why should I strike you to the ground? How then could I lift up my face to your brother Joab?' But he refused to turn aside. Then Abner struck him in the stomach with the butt of his spear, so that the spear came out at his back. And he fell there and died where he was. Asahel could have turned back. He could have heeded the warnings, but he refused. And likewise for King Saul, he was an evil pursuer of David, but he eventually fell on his own sword.